Hello, hello Libra. Welcome to your October 2018 overview reading. This is going to be good for you if you're a Sun, Moon, or Rising Libra. And if you don't know what your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign is, then I will put the website name that I really like using for natal charts up in the top right corner if you want to check that out. And while I'm pulling these oracle cards, I just want to let you guys know that I do have some housekeeping stuff to go over at the end, especially if you're looking to work with me. I have some vacation plans in October and stuff like that. So stay tuned to the end to hear some of that housekeeping stuff. And I also have some very exciting news that I now have a mailbox where you can actually send me things, and I am just so stoked to have a new way to connect with you guys that I haven't tried before. So I will share more about that at the end. But right now, go ahead and tune into whatever it is that you're needing to have come up today. Listen to your body. If anything is showing up or needs to express itself today, if you're looking for any answers, just kind of set your intention. What would you like to get clarity on today? All right, so the first thing showing up for October for you, Libra, is radiant. Okay, so it looks like things are really starting to glow for you, especially if those of you who have birthdays in October or that just had a birthday in September, I wish you a very happy birthday. And so this just looks like you're really in the flow of feeling yourself and being confident and having the right the word pace is coming up, like the flow that you're in right now is really working for you. So that just looks good. It looks like smooth sailing on that side of things. Then we also have relaxation. Stop your world from spinning by partaking in well-deserved moments of relaxation. And look, this doesn't have to be a full-on spa day, right? Like, that's not the point here. It's the little things, the little moments, the little ways that you can feel and experience relaxation. It's not all about like a big extravagant experience. Sometimes it's just about the tiny moments where you can rest and relax. And then the animal card for you is horse. So you're still going to have to do some work. Like, there's still a level of hustle that's happening in October for you. But I think it's more about finding moments to relax, finding moments to decompress, and making that time is going to have some significant payoff. Okay. And then the word of the month for you is alignment. Explore energy first, matter will follow. I hope that's focused. Find the spine, yours are the one in the situation. Address the source and everything will fall into place. Okay, so it just looks like you're regrouping in October. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting here, is like, this is, things are going smoothly, but it's also about you kind of regrouping and gathering and collecting for yourself all of your energy so that you can kind of get to where you need to go. The central energy for Libra in October is the King of Pentacles. So you might find yourself being a little bit more work focused or foundation focused this month, just like getting back into the swing of things, getting back into the groove of whatever you are setting out to do. So it just looks very foundational more than anything else, because the King of Pentacles kind of looks at situations and evaluates, like, what do we need to take care of first? What do we need to do first? What priority is needing to be taken care of, and then executing on that. Okay, so this is what you need to know about October. Hold on, before I even speak on that, I want to clarify it. Okay. Ace of Wands. So it's kind of like, I think there's a certain level of commitment or clarity about you starting something fresh. This is kind of like, you know, the King of Pentacles, when I'm looking at this, it's kind of like looking at a blank slate and asking yourself, what do you need to build next? Like, what are you going to do with this? And so that's kind of the energy here. Judgment is about final decisions, and the Ace of Wands is about like something new emerging, like a new creative project, a new endeavor, something new that you're kind of breathing life into. And as you can see, there's like the beginning of a plant. Like, that's what this really reminds me of, is like something is beginning to sprout, and it's all coming from the energy that you're giving it. So that is really where you're able to see what you would like more of in your life, and then being able to take action on it. The advice for you is the Page of Wands. Don't be afraid to give things energy. If you want something to grow, give it energy. If you want something to thrive, give it energy. If you want something to be revamped or be brought back to life, give it energy. Like, that's the answer here for you. Now, what you're experiencing, this is more of the external experience. We have the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this one as well, because there's a little bit of fatigue coming off of this card. You know, as you can see, that guy's asleep down there. And it might be that you're really freaking tired. Like, I think that's why the idea of priorities is coming up here, because you don't have infinite energy. That's not something that anyone actually has. And so it's worthwhile to focus on just the things that you want to grow and develop. Yeah, so it's okay to rest. This is equivalent to the Four of Swords. It's just like, give yourself a break when you need it. It's okay to take downtime. It's okay to relax. It's okay to rest. Like, giving yourself permission to do that is going to help you pour energy into the things that you actually want to grow. So remember that it's just a puzzle where you need to move things around and restructure. That's all this is. It doesn't need to be any more complicated. It doesn't need to be any more in depth. It just looks like you're kind of looking at the lay of the land, starting fresh, and then it's kind of like maybe you only have a little bit of energy to give this month. That's okay. I'm getting that it's just like doing what you can to get the ball rolling on this, but it doesn't mean that you have to pour infinite blood, sweat, and tears into this situation. It's just about kind of doing what you can without the judgment piece, without being hard on yourself, without looking at it like you should be doing more, you should be doing things differently, just kind of going with the pace of what it is that you are needing. Okay, and then what's healing for you? You have the Seven of Swords. I think there was like 10,000 things on your plate, and now you're boiling it down to just the things that matter. And it's one of those situations where it's like, this is needed. This is a necessary part of the process so that you can really get into the nitty-gritty of building what you want long term. So it's kind of like you have to leave some things at the door. You have to leave some things alone and just like let them be. And I think that's what the Seven of Swords is reflecting to you, is just take what you need and leave the rest. Okay, and then this is what's shifting out for you. You have Justice. So this is your card. It's interesting. I think this is like either you cut ties with someone or something, or this was like the end of a big cycle. Like a big cycle, a big thing, or like a pattern that you were doing or engaging in regularly, or something you were experiencing that's moving out. Like all of that old way of being in the world, the old pattern is making its way out of your life, and you're kind of starting over again. There's very much a blank slate energy here, which I really like, but it also, because of this, whatever this is, whatever this was, that's why you have the fatigue sitting up here. That's why you're experiencing this. So it kind of makes sense. Like you just have the seedling, you just have a little bit of energy or just so much energy to give to this new thing And while you might want to give it everything you have, you also need to honor what it is that your body, mind, and spirit need. And that's kind of why the 4 of Arrows and 5 Pentacles is coming up. Just let yourself rest. And then this is the oncoming energy for you is the 9 of Swords. It's okay to have some fears pop up as you begin to do this new thing. Like, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to experience fear. And so I'm going to clarify this as well, what the oncoming energy is. It's like the fear that goes along with doing something that you've never done before. Child of Cups. Okay. So it really is about like that new emotional beginning, that new thing. It's uncharted territory. It's something that is kind of maybe knocking you off balance or making you feel like you're a fish out of water. And that it's okay. You just have to ride through all of that anyway. It's something where you have to kind of break through that in order to get beyond it. So just know that it's okay. The 9 of Swords is okay. Like that's something that you kind of have to confront in order to move forward. All right, now we are getting into the timeline. So if you're new to my channel, we have quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is where you're starting October. That's where you end October. So first week-ish, we have broken and hatched. So this has to do with the Justice card. These are reflecting the same thing. It's like the being broken open, having a rupture, having something that is kind of, how do I say this? Like the new beginning, like it really does, you are having the reset button hit in October. It's kind of like, okay, there was that rupture, the big bang, the whatever happened here, or the reverberation of whatever happened, whatever this justice experience was for you. And so that's kind of where you're just getting really clear on what has happened, what's transpired, what's happening moving forward. And then second quarter, you have visions. So this is about really seeing what you want for yourself, as well as the intuitive hits that you're getting. Like what are your feelings telling you? What is your body saying about the situation? What do you want long term? That's what the King of Pentacles is really good at doing, is saying, okay, this is what I want in the future. This is what I want for myself. This is what I'm seeing as being the best thing for me. And so you're really taking that on in the second quarter. And then third thing, protect your heart. Take good care of yourself. Like it's one of those things that you really do have to be careful with yourself. Like it's all about investment when it comes to the heart. Like that's the biggest thing, is when you're investing in someone, that's the very thing that you want to make sure is reciprocal. So this could go either way. This is something where it's kind of like you either need to be mindful about how much you're investing in somebody, or this is something where it's like, you know, the way that you're investing is safe. So it's going to be, it's totally situation by situation basis. But this is just kind of showing a little reminder, like pay attention to who you're giving to what, and if that feels good or if it feels like it's not being matched. Just ask the question. And then quarter 4, we have inside looking out. So there's somewhat of an observation phase that you're going to be hitting at the end of October. And this is just about looking outside of yourself for answers, resources, clarity, and whatever you have going on internally is being reflected to you in the external. But I think that's kind of how you're gathering information for yourself, is like, okay, I'm going to watch what's happening around me and see how it's playing out in my life. Like, what is that saying about me? What is it saying about the people who approach me, the people that I spend a lot of time with, and the ways that I'm engaging with others? It looks like there's just some introspection happening there towards the end of the month, and that's going to carry forward into November. Okay, pick a card, any card. All right, card number 1, Death. So this is about, I love this Death card, by the way. This is about the rebirth idea, like things starting fresh and hitting that reset button. As I said, the Death card really allows you to do that. It's one of those things that you can really be... You can just ride it out. Like, know that your entire life is going to be cycles of death and rebirth. Like, that is the process. That's the human experience. And so you are actually having that happen for you in October in some way, like where you're initiating a completely new way of showing up. And this honestly, the death and rebirth part has to do with priorities. It's not even about mindset so much. That's not even what this is about. It's just about the way that you are putting your effort into something, the way that you're honoring your body, the way that you're listening to things, and, paying attention to what you want for yourself long term. That's where things are really getting reset. This is going to apply in romantic settings. It's going to apply in career settings. It's going to apply in family settings. All of that stuff is really just about the foundation. The big picture is kind of what you're focused on in October. And then card number 2, or actually I want to let you know that I do have a birthday card for you guys at the end. So stay until the very end. All right, then we have Judgment. Okay, so this is about like that final decision, that final choice, that concrete, okay, this is where we're going with this. This is how we're gonna make things happen. And so it just looks like you're coming from a real place of conviction, like you finally figured out like this is what you want and you're getting crystal clear on it. Card number 3, we have the 4 of Rods. This has to do with home, hearth, family, celebrations, just spending time at home and really creating a sanctuary for yourself is going to be super, super, super awesome. So I would say spend time at home, like make a little nest for yourself however you can. Like that's going to be really big in terms of your support and helping you create space for your long-term vision. Okay, now I'm going to pull the birthday card really quick. I just got this deck today and I really, really like it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I literally just got this in the mail before I started your guys' reading. So I was like, perfect. Brand new. First time being used in a video. Okay. Wisdom. Okay, so we have the Night Orchid. This is all about everything that you've learned. Everything that you've learned over however much time, right? It could be a decade, it could have been the last 6 months, whatever the case is. It's kind of like you've learned so much and you've evolved so much. You can trust yourself more than you're giving yourself credit for. So just, it really is time to trust your wisdom, your internal compass, and own it. Just own it for yourself. All right, and that is all for the reading, but don't forget to check out the description box. There are all the links to work with me, everything that you need. All of the decks that I've used today are all listed down there, so you're welcome to check that out, as well as the new mailing address where you can send me things. I know I've had quite a few requests where people have wanted to send me tarot decks, and so I finally have a way to do that if you want me to review something, or if you would just like to send me a postcard, that's totally fine too. I'm not completely sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I just figured I would open it up and see what happens if anyone is interested in sending something, or maybe I can do some pen pal stuff or something fun, but I'm not totally sure yet. So we're just gonna see how this goes, but the address is in the description box if you're interested. I also want to let you know that I am going to be going on vacation from October 5th to the 17th. So if you want to work with me, it's going to be a great time to do that either before or after I go on vacation. I will be working quite a bit before I leave. So it's like if you want to get a reading, you can do it now, or I'm also going to be adjusting my prices. So single questions and one-on-one sessions are going to remain the same, but as of November 1st, my tarot spreads that get emailed are going to be going up by $5. So it's not a crazy increase. It's a minor one, but I just want to let you know that like the holiday season is when it gets crazy because everyone wants a 2019 reading. And so I'm starting to take submissions early. I'm going to put it on my website where when you're selecting a time frame for the tarot spread, select 2019, and I'll do it from January to December of 2019 for whatever tarot spread you want. And so that's how I'm starting to accept those, because I know that people are starting to like make their 2019 plans and wanting to get a 2019 overview. And so if you want to take advantage of my prices before November, you can get that. I just recommend jumping on it kind of early, and then you'll have the recording throughout the year. Okay, so you're welcome to do that. Let's see, anything else? Oh, yes. So November 1st is like the cutoff for prices. Okay, so that is all that I have for you today. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Libra. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, happy birthday. Have a lovely October, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.